Let's connect with Sandip Agarwal as well, who is joining in from Edelweiss Financial Services. Sandip, the details that we have with us at hand regarding this amalgamation of L&T Infotech and Mindtree is that the company L&T Infotech is going to give 73 shares for every 100 Mindtree shares. How are you looking at the merger ratio and what it means for shareholders?
See, I think it is too early to comment exactly on who benefits and who loses, but broadly, this enables the joint entity to become much bigger than earlier. So, in the large deals, it will be immensely helpful for both of for the companies to participate in the large deal to start with. There will be some cost synergies as well, and thirdly, I think the biggest benefit if it happens is that in the short term, how the employee sees the merger is on one part, but it creates a bigger brand to recruit and retain talent. Although in short term, when such kind of mergers happen, then some employees may want to leave the organization who are not very happy and all. So how this thing shapes up will define the future. But broadly, as of now, the cost synergies and the bigger brand to get employees and bigger size to participate in large deals are the three benefits which we can make out from the merger.
You to stay on with us. My colleague Anisha, who is at that press conference, joins in with all the latest details. Anisha, what exactly are you picking up?
Well, Avan, this is something we all have been talking about, but let me fill you in with the latest details coming in. So the merger ratio is out. It is in the ratio of 73 shares that the Mindtree shareholders will get for every 100 share that they own in Mindtree. So they'll get 73 shares of LTI, which is L&T Infotech. And if you look at the ratio and the current market price, it does look like that this is slightly unfavorable to Mindtree because it's coming at a 10% discount. And in the overall entity, this would, L&T will own around 68.73% share when it comes to the merged entity. However, we'll wait by to understand more in terms of who would really lead this particular organization, because as we were hearing the analysts also talking about, there are a lot of synergies given the complementary, services that these two companies provide. However, it remains to be seen how they really execute this merger, because remember, it is going to be a 80,000 plus headcount kind of scale that we are talking about. The overall revenues can be to the tune of 3.5 billion. So yes, in terms of becoming eligible for a large number of deals, this comes as a positive. But what we would like to know is how this merger actually gets executed, who would really lead it, and in the interim, when the demand environment is so strong, will this mean that the focus of the company will actually move away slightly from demand into getting this merger through, is also something interesting to watch out for. However, having said that, this is coming as a good news for the company, because now in terms of market cap as well, this will be around 1,40,000 crore if you look at the current market prices, and that makes it the fifth largest IT industry by market cap. So that really comes as a positive as well. Even in terms of the profit profile, the combined entities profit could be to the tune of around 4,500 crores. In terms of the complementary skill sets, we've already talked about how for Mindtree they are more heavy when it comes to the retail, communications and media business, while for L&T Infotech the focus has been on the BFS vertical. So the combined entity will give you the plethora of all service entity as well. In terms of geographies, however, both have a focus largely towards North America, with the percentage being around 70-75% for both entities, while for LTI they have a larger focus when it comes to Asia Pacific as well as other regions. For Mindtree, 18% revenues come from Europe. So overall, a good deal coming in for the two entities, but as I said, the proof of the pudding will lie in the executions.
Yes, indeed, and it's going to be a work in progress from now. Thanks very much, Anisha, for those details. The company, along with Mindtree, L&T Info, and Mindtree, is going to create IT services provider of close to over $3.5 billion. The combined entity is going to be called LTI Mindtree, and Larsen is going to hold 68.7% of the combined company after the merger. The L&T Info Managing Director, Jalona, has resigned, citing personal reasons. Remember, we're in conversation with Sandip Agarwal as well, who's with us. Sandip, I just want to get in some of your thoughts on this deal in terms of what kind of synergies you see this creating, all in all, in terms of scale, size, pricing power, etc.
I think its pricing power and size, scale, all these things will definitely be there because the size becomes bigger. but we need to, as I said, we need to see the how things shape up over a period of time. It is very early to comment anything specific on that. Whatever we calculate on paper in terms of synergy, uh, how much of that is achievable and all will depend on how it is integrated, how it is executed. So I would prefer to we reserve the comment for the timing, see how everything works out before we can comment anything on it.
Joining in is also Ashish Das. And Ashish, you've seen both the companies individually that have grown significantly over the last 2 years under the respective leaderships. And now we understand that L&T Info's managing director, that is Mr. Jalona, has resigned, and they are looking at, the company being a service provider of IT for over $3.5 billion. Just wanted to understand, looking at the headlines, details that have emerged, the merger ratio, etc. How are you looking at what the kind of synergies it could create, and what do you make of the details that we're getting?
The swap ratio is on the expected lines. It's not the whatever the valuation both the companies are trading at. So what my raw calculation I say is that a slightly premium they have given to the Mindtree, but it's on the expected lines. And the other synergies you talked about.
Benefits. The boards of directors of LTI and Mindtree at their respective meetings held today approved a composite scheme of amalgamation of